Hello, Dr. S. and classmates. This is Nicole Dalton, and this is my MPA 593 Week 4 Multimedia Discussion Board. So body language tips that I looked up were for a Community Affairs Senior Coordinator and specifically for the Rancho Cucamonga Fire District. The three sources that I looked up was firefighting in Canada. The reason why I looked up this source was because it had a lot of don'ts when it comes to body language and how you could counteract those. The second was more generic body languages for any interview, and that was on Indeed. And then the third one was from rcfire.org and how to apply to become a member of the fire service. So the 5 body language tips that I'll be using for this presentation are noted on the left. The first is being prepared in private. So when you're prepared for an interview and you practice different scenarios in your head and speak out loud, once you do all of that groundwork before an interview process, once you go into the panel interview, you're going to be way more confident and it's going to show in your responses, and you'll just feel like you're ready to go instead of going in without being prepared at all. The second one is being aware in the waiting room, and this is something that I'm always mindful of before going into an interview, because there could be panel members walking in and out of the room that you may not know that are a part of the interview panel that you're going to be a part of. So if you're sitting in a waiting room sitting on your phone, or you're distracted, or you're not making eye contact with individuals walking in the room, that could be your potential first interaction and your first impression of that interview panelist. So as soon as you walk into the building, you want to be alert, you want to sit up straight, you want to be off of your phone and get rid of any distractions even before you walk into the room. And then the third thing is something that we all know, but that's maintain good posture. Sit up straight, keep your shoulders back, and that's just going to show that you're confident in what you're speaking about and that you're not, even though you may be nervous, it'll help make it seem like you're not as nervous as you may actually be. The fourth one is keep your palms open. And you can use your hands to talk in the interview because that's going to, if that seems more natural to you, but having your palms open means that you don't have anything to hide, you're comfortable, you're not using your hands to fidget at all. And then the fifth and very important is use effective eye contact. So if you're in an interview panel in the first round of interviews, let's say, you want to make sure that you're making eye contact with every person in the room, and you want to scan each person and make individual connections with each person. And you're not going to want to look at the wall behind them and act as if you're not talking to a whole room of people. So you want to make sure that you're using it effectively, so don't just stare at one person the entire time or the person that's asked you the question. So this is something that you could practice with before you go into an interview with family members, or even ask the agency that you're going to interview for a mock interview trial. So for instance, I could ask for a mock interview trial with one of the fire stations. So my last interview tip is from my own experience with the Rancho Cucamonga Fire District, and that's doing the research on their expectations of your appearance and how to present yourself. So going into this kind of interview, I would make sure that my hair is neat and well represented. All of the the colors on my nails, my hair are all natural and neutral colors, because that's how I would represent myself if I were to actually get the job with the Rancho Cucamonga Fire District. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to any feedback that you may have for me.